Organic farming is an agrarian system whose objective is to obtain food of the highest quality, respecting the environment and conserving the fertility of the land through the optimal use of natural resources. Some of its characteristics are: the production process is totally respectful with the environment. In its production, neither pesticides nor chemical products are used. Genetically modified organisms are not used either, which organic food is obtained. Promotes the use of renewable energy and natural resources. Guarantees plant welfare through the cultivation process. It puts into use the technique of crop rotation, which means alternating the type of plant that is grown in the same soil, planting, for example, tomatoes from May to August and broad beans from October to May. This with the aim of avoiding the appearance of diseases that affect a certain species. In addition, flower wear is minimized. The products do not undergo any type of manipulation during the cultivation process, preserves biodiversity and the development cycle of species. It seeks to maintain the genetic diversity of species in the area, improves soil fertility. This type of agriculture is a way of applying the green economy, which is a model that is committed to sustainable and profitable development. In other words, it seeks economic, social, and environmental benefits. European Green Deal, or Green Deal, is a continental tool launched by the European Union to tackle climate change with the aim of making Europe the first climate-neutral continent by 2050. To that end, the European Commission has launched this great agreement to seek a clean economy, zero emissions, and protect our natural habitats. As a result, the well-being of people and the sustainability of companies will be improved, with the aim of Europe leading global climate action. The Green Deal is an endorsement of President Franklin Roosevelt's macro plan of socio-economic measures to lift the U.S. economy out of the Great Depression of 1929. Therefore, a new Green Deal, it is essential to move towards the Great Depression in which our environment is mired. The Green Deal aims to drastically reduce pollution emissions over the next decade and then achieve climate neutrality by 2050. It is about that every last ounce of greenhouse gas emissions can be absorbed without problems by nature, either withdraw or, where appropriate, offset with carbon. On the agenda of the European Green Deal is a cut of no less than 55% of current emissions by 2013. The European Parliament has gone further, extending the objective for the carbon decade to 60%. The reduction index takes as a reference the emissions made in 1990. This sustainable roadmap includes 50 points that revolve around driving the efficient use of resources. They cover all sectors of the economy, but place special emphasis on those that still produce the most emissions: transport, energy, and industries.
Currently, organic farming is becoming more and more important due to several reasons. Among them is the fact that thanks to this, we can produce food without harming the planet, which is increasingly necessary. That is why I will talk to you about the situation of the organic sector in the world. In 2019, Planet Earth had 72 million hectares dedicated to organic production, an increase of 1.6% over the previous year. Of the total hectares dedicated to organic production, approximately 50% are in Oceania, with 36 million hectares, 23% in Europe with 16.5 million hectares, 11% in South America with 8.3 million hectares, 8% in Asia with 5.9 million hectares, 5% in North America with 3.6 million hectares, and 3% in Africa with 2 million hectares. In the same year, the three countries with the largest ecological surface were Australia in first place with 35.69 million hectares, Argentina in second place with 3.67 million hectares, and in third place Spain with 2.35 million hectares of ecological surface. All this data may sound like what it is, data, but what they really mean is more than that. All this data means that the whole world is moving forward in terms of organic farming, making us see that the work we are doing is being useful and it is working. The Common Agricultural Policy, or CAP, is a set of policies and actions that EU member states have at their disposal in the field of agriculture and livestock farming. In the period 2023-2027, the CAP will be structured around 9 key objectives which are oriented towards social, environmental and economic goals. These objectives will serve as a basis for EU countries to design their CAP strategic plans. Some of the objectives are to ensure a fair income for farmers, to increase competitiveness and agricultural productivity in a sustainable way, to act against climate change and protect the environment, preserving landscapes and biodiversity, to support generational renewal, and finally, to protect food and health equally. In this way, thanks to the CAP, the livestock and agriculture sectors are promoted in an ecological and sustainable way. I spoke earlier about the organic sector in the world, but now I will focus on Europe, the second continent with the most hectares dedicated to the organic sector, the continent where we live. In Europe, organic farms are, on average, almost twice as large as conventional farms. The European Union is the second largest consumer of organic food in the world, with 37.4 billion euros in sales in the retail sector. Over the last 10 years, organic farming has increased by 65%. Producer prices for organic products are up to 150% higher than conventional prices. In 2018, 8% of the total agricultural land in the EU was devoted to organic farming. Yields on organic farms can be significantly lower and represent from 40 to 85% of the yields of a conventional farm. In 2016, there were 292,000 organic farmers in the EU. On average, organic farming has enabled a growth in species diversity of almost 30%. In 2019, 3.2 million tons of organic agri-food products were imported. All this data, as well as the data from the organic sector worldwide, are signs that we are making progress and achieving the goals that we and the whole of the European Union are aiming for. The Organic Action Plan is divided into 3 interrelated axes, reflecting the structure of the food supply chain and the sustainability objectives of the Green Deal. The axes are as follows. Axis 1, stimulating demand and securing consumer confidence. Axis 2, stimulating conversion and strengthening the whole value chain. And Axis 3, improving the contribution of organic farming to environmental sustainability.